All right, good day, everybody. Welcome to your yoga class here this morning. We're actually going to get right to it and start standing at the top of our mats. So you can take your feet a couple of inches apart, let your arms come down by your sides. If you'd like just a moment to close your eyes to settle and ground the moment, to start the practice, and to give you an opportunity to perhaps add an intention or something else, a dedication, if you add any type of energetic aspect to your yoga practice, making it more than just a physical experience. This would be the time and the place to do it, and that is one of the reasons why we like to start our practices with a moment of stillness and silence, be it sitting, or standing, or lying down, or whatever the case may be, so that you can kind of personalize your own practice and start it in the way in which you'd like to, from an energetic or perhaps a spiritual perspective. Join your hands together in front of your heart so that you can feel whole as one and balanced. Take a deep breath in through your nose, fill your lungs all the way up to the top, and then exhale through your mouth. Let's do that again. Take another breath, nice and full, in through your nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then open your eyes and let's inhale. Reach the arms up over your head and stretch up. Exhale, breathing, take a forward fold. Bend your knees if you'd like. Drop your head and your chest down towards your legs. You can find a little softness to the legs to let the low back open up. Let the head hang, let the chest hang, so that your spine can find some nice sweet length here. Place your hands on your shins, at least for the first one. Push your chest forward, Ardha Uttanasana. You can also do this with your fingertips on the floor under your shoulders if you have that kind of flexibility. And then drop back down once again. And then in a big inhale, bring yourself all the way back up to a stand and grab your left wrist with your right hand. Lean over to your right. Push your left heel down into the floor and let your left side body open up. Come on up, switch sides, reach for the right wrist with your left hand and lean over to the left, pushing your right heel down. Bring it back up, inhale, exhale, breathing, and again, forward fold, drop down. Good. Inhale, half lift, so lift the chest halfway up, and then step your right leg to the back of the mat. Make sure your fingers are in line with your left toes. Coming into a classic runner's lunge. Let your hips settle down, firm up your right leg, and reach your chest forward. So you're getting nice and long into your spine. Put your right knee down on the floor, low lunge, inhale, breathing. Reach your arms up over your head. Lift up through your chest, settle down through your hips, and breathe into your side body. Stay lifted here, but take your hands behind you and interlace your fingers. Pull your knuckles away from your back, open up your chest, giving you a chance to stretch out through your shoulders just a bit. Release the grip, place the fingertips back down on the floor, and then straighten your left leg for half splits. Flex through your left foot and keep your chest lifted. So I know you want to kind of round down towards the leg, but see if you can lift it up and pull it away from your hips. So you're making your spine and your left leg as long as possible, certainly into your hamstrings underneath the leg. Good. And now come back to the lunge, so bend back into your left knee, okay? Pick up your right knee, so now you're back to the runner's lunge and reach your arms back by your side. So strong version here. Firm up your right leg as you squeeze your shoulder blades together, starting to strengthen your left hip. Now look forward and step up into chair pose, Utkatasana. Step the right foot next to the left and drop your hips down, lift your chest up. Good. Sit down low, but keep your heart lifted up high, feeling your back muscles beginning to engage as you warm up into the legs and the part of the body. And from here, stand up. Take your hands, interlace your fingers, flip your palms to face up, and now take a side bend to the right. A little bit of a stronger stretch happening here on the left side of the body. And then come up, go to the other side. Reach over to the left. Let your right side body get long. Press through the palms of your hands. And then inhale back up and exhale, breathing. Forward fold and come down. Inhale, half lift. And left leg, step it to the back of the mat. Come into your runner's lunge here. Putting weight into your right heel, reach your chest forward, squeeze your left quad. So feel your left leg start to really strengthen and lengthen here. If you have blocks at home, this is a good opportunity to put your hands on blocks. It will give you a little bit more space in your body and a little bit more support in the pose. Place your left knee down on the floor, lift up, low lunge. Inhale, bring your arms up over your head. Let your side body get long, lift up through the heart, lift up through the chest. Let your hips drop down and forward. Again, it's such a beautiful pose. It's such a wonderful warm-up posture. Take your hands behind you. Interlace them the other way. Pull the knuckles back. Open up your chest, your shoulders. Look up towards the ceiling, maybe just a bit. Give yourself some space across your chest. Place your hands back down on the floor, either side of your right foot, and shift your weight back, straightening your right leg. Half splits. Flex your right foot, turn your toes in. Keep your chest lifted, and you'll feel the stretch, particularly if you're doing this in the morning, either with us or, some other morning. That's when you might feel your hamstrings being maybe a little bit resistant. That's normal. Give it some breath. Give it some time. Yoga takes patience to remold, to reshape, really, the body, and hopefully eventually the mind. All right. Come back into the lunge position. Pick up your left knee, so you're back to the runner's lunge, and reach your arms by your sides. Really stealthy position here. Right? Strengthening into the right hip. Reach the fingertips back. You don't want to lift your chest all the way up, at least not yet. And now step up into a chair position. Bringing the left foot up to the right, lifting your chest. Let your hips sink down just a bit. Feel the back get long and strong. And stand all the way up. Bring your hands together and place them down in front of your heart. Very nice. So place your hands on your hips, and let's take the left leg and step it to the back of the mat, and then turn yourself to the side. So you're in this wide-legged standing position pose here. Reach your arms out, broaden, open up across your chest, and take a forward fold. Come down. Put your hands down on the floor. So getting a little bit more into your inner thighs here. Keep your tailbone lifted and let your head and your chest drop down. Weight comes forward into your toes. Good. Elbows start to bend as the head and the chest hangs down, keeping the weight forward and out of your heels. Letting the backside body start to open. One more breath here. And then push down through your hands. Lift yourself up halfway. Place your right hand on the floor. You can come onto your right fingertips, right underneath your face, and pick up your left arm and open up into a twist. Good. Reaching up, you can even look up if that works with your neck, but keeping your spine fully elongated and away from the hips. Switch sides, taking your left hand down, and now take your right arm up, turn your chest. Good. Opening up, getting into a strong twist into your spine. Nice. And then bring your right hand down. Beautiful. Reach your arms out to the sides and bring yourself up to a stand. Very nice. Good. Turn your right toes towards the front of your mat and slide your left heel back a bit. And then setting up Warrior Two pose. We'll take a couple of pulses first. So just drop down, good, Robin, and then back up. Yeah, starting to warm up into the hips, just a little tiny bit. Reaching your arms apart, putting the weight into your heel. Good. And then settle into the stretch here just for a moment. Settle down into this hip opening. We'll take some warrior sequences today. Push through your outer back foot. Drop down into your front leg. Open up your chest and reach your arms apart. Let your eye gaze settle over your right fingertips and breathe in and out through your nose. Turn your right palm up, upward warrior. Slide your left hand behind your back and reach up through your right arm. Look up at it. If you want to lean the torso back a little bit, you can do that, but keep your front knee bent as you come into this stretch. And then take your right forearm down onto your right thigh and bring your left arm up over your head for extended side angle. Straighten your left arm as best as you can. There you go. Keep the weight down into your hips and open up your chest. Nice. You can get a little bit more of a deeper hip experience with this. And then inhale, bring yourself back up to warrior two and straighten your right leg. Good. Place your hands on your hips and turn your right toes forward once again, coming into this wide-legged position. Reach your arms out, open up your chest, and take another forward fold. Yeah. Drop the head and drop the chest. Tailbone lifting up into the air. Take your hands, walk them the other way, or turn them the other way, and walk them through your legs. We're coming into a bit of a deeper experience here. Tailbone lifting up, let the head and the chest hang as the weight comes forward into your toes. Couple more breaths here, in and out through the nose. Very, very deep forward fold. Last breath. And then walk your hands back under your shoulders, push into the floor. Reach the arms out to the sides and stand up. Good. So we'll just switch the feet. So we'll take the warrior two the other way, turning your left toes towards the back of the mat. There you go. Slide your right heel back, and then take your little pulses. This little warm up into the hip a little bit here. Right, settling down. You want to make sure your back leg, the right leg, stays engaged, right? And you sit down as low as your body's gonna kind of have it for today. And then settle down into the stretch and bring your eye gaze over your left fingertips. Good. Pulling your left hip back. Pushing into your outer right foot, belly in. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2 pose, your classic warrior lunge. Turn your left palm up, upward warrior. Slide your right hand behind you and reach up through the left. Good. Getting long into your left side body, letting your left hip drop down. Extended side angle, take the left forearm down on the left thigh and extend your right arm up over your head. Get long through your right side body. Bring your left hip underneath you, push through your right foot and reach through your right fingertips. And then inhale, breathing, come back up to your warrior two and straighten your left leg. Place your hands on your hips, pivot yourself to the front of the mat and step your left foot up next to your right. Starting at the top. A down dog would feel really good right now. Inhale, breathing, arms up. Exhale, breathing, and forward fold, come down. Inhale, breathing, half lift. Downward facing dog. Step your feet to the back of the mat. Nice wide stance between the hands and the feet. And lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Push down firmly through the palms of your hands and engage your upper arm muscles. Tailbone lifting up into the air, side body getting nice and long. And pushing your heels down, pulling your belly in. Relax the head and the neck. Inhale, breathing, come forward into plank pose. And then exhale, breathing, lift back up, downward facing dog. A couple more times. Inhale, breathing, come forward into the plank. Exhale, breathing, lift back up, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, breathing into the plank. Okay. Exhale, breathing back to the downward facing dog. Nice. Put your knees down on the floor. Take a child's pose. Any variation, let your hips come back towards your heels. If you need to or want to, you can always stack your hands as I'm demonstrating and let your forehead rest on your hands. That's a great option. You do ideally want your forehead to rest on something, and sometimes it just doesn't go all the way down to the floor. So be it. Keep the back open up. Let the hips and the knees, the shins, wonderful stretch for the lower part of your body. Let's work into our first vinyasa. So take your arms out in front of you. Let's take ourselves back to downward facing dog. Basic vinyasa. Inhale, breathing, come forward into plank pose. And exhale, breathing, lower all the way down to the floor. Release the tops of your feet. Inhale, lift your chest up for cobra. And then exhale, you lower down and you push back up to downward facing dog. Inhale, again, plank pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, back to down dog. The other version is a much stronger chaturanga up dog. So come forward into plank. You can always put your knees down, lower halfway down for chaturanga dandasana. And then inhale, push up to up dog. Strong. And exhale back to downward facing dog. And from your down dog, look forward, bend your knees, and walk or jump your feet to the front of the room. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Okay, so getting into our main sequence, bring your toes and your heels together. And we'll start with another Utkatasana. So inhale, bend your knees, lift your chest, put the weight back into your heels. Exhale, breathing, and forward fold. Good. Inhale, half lift. Step your right leg to the back of the mat. Reach your arms by your side, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Good. And now high lunge, you can bend your back knee a bit and lift yourself up. Perfectly acceptable variation to this pose. Good. Lifting up through the chest, reach up through the fingertips, then deeply into your front leg. Open up, warrior two pose. Drop the back heel down. Nice. Eye gaze goes over the left fingertips as you settle down into your stretch. Reverse the warrior. Lift up and lean back. Extended side angle. Left forearm down. Take the right arm up over your head. Pull your left hip underneath you and reach through your right fingertips. Come into a lunge twist. Put your right hand down. Spin on the ball of your right foot. Pick up your left arm. Vinyasa. Left hand goes down. Left leg goes back to plank. And you lower down. Inhale. Lift up. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up into the air. Inhale, breathing. Lift and stretch the leg way up behind you. And then take the foot and step it up in between your hands. Runner's lunge. Reach your arms by your sides. Get stealth. Squeeze shoulder blades together. High lunge. Inhale. Bend your back knee if you'd like. It's okay. Lift up through your chest. Reach up through your fingertips. Warrior two. Back heel goes down and you open up. Dropping down into your hips. Good. Reverse the warrior. Nice, Robin. Lean back. Well done. Extended side angle. Right forearm down, left arm comes up over your head. Reaching through your left fingertips. You can look up underneath your left hand if you'd like. and push through your left foot. Lunge twist. Land the left hand down, sit on the ball of the left foot, pick up your right arm. And bring your right hand down, step your left foot up to the front of the mat. Inhale, breathing, half lift. Exhale, breathing, fold. And inhale, breathing, come all the way up. And exhale, breathing, bring your hands to your heart center. Right. We're going to do that sequence one more time. All right. So here we go. Starts with your chair pose. Bend your knees, drop your hips, reach your arms up. Very nice. Good. Exhale, breathing. Take a forward fold, drop down. Nice control, Robin. Good job. Inhale, half lift. And now step your left leg to the back of the mat. Runner's lunge. Good. Sweep your arms by your side. Squeeze your shoulder blades together as you stay in the lunge. Real stealthy, strong right hip stuff. Now slowly start to lift yourself up. High crescent lunge. Lifting your chest up. Excellent control. Lifting your arms up. Well done. Open up, warrior two pose. Bring the back heel down. Turn your torso, good, towards me, but keep your right knee pointing forward. Well done. Shoulders are down. Soften the face, the neck, the throat. Really let the power of this posture come into the lower body, come into your legs. Let the upper body be a little light. Reverse the warrior. Right arm lifts up. You lean back. Yeah. Sliding the left hand behind you if you'd like. Good. Extended side angle, lightly rest the forearm down on the thigh and take your left arm or your top arm up over your head. Finding full extension, there you go, into the arm. Now take a breath. In and out through the nose, just really bringing the yoga into the physical part of the practice. It is the breath that does that. Lunge twist, land the hand down. Spin on the ball of the back foot, pick up your right arm. Beautiful and smooth transitions. Vinyasa, take your right hand down, bring your right leg back to your left, good, and lower down. Nice. Inhale, breathing, take your back bend, your cobra, your up dog, excellent, and back to downward facing dog. Nice. And about 3 or 4 breaths here. I'm going to collect your breath. Good. And now we'll take that on the other side. Left leg lifts up into the air. Nice stretch. It's a good stretch. So lift your leg up as straight as you can get it, regardless of how high it goes. And now take your left foot and step it up in between your hands. Good. Runner's lunge. Reach your arms by your sides. Yeah. Lifting your chest up, putting weight into your left heel. Nice. Lift up into high crescent lunge. Keep your inner thighs squeezing together. Very nice. Balance is really good this morning. Open up, warrior two pose. Bring the back heel down. Open out to the side. Keeping your left heel down, left knee pointing forward. Reverse the warrior. Lift your left arm up, lean back. Yeah. Sliding the back of your right hand across your low back. Real nice, Robin. Extended side angle. Place your left forearm down on your left thigh and take your right arm up over your head. Full extension through your right arm. Very nice. And lunge twist. Bring your right hand down. Spin on the ball of the right foot. Pick up your left arm. Open up. Broaden across your chest. Beautiful. And now place the hand down and step up to the front of the mat in your forward fold. Well done. Inhale, breathing, half lift. Exhale, breathing, and drop down again. And then inhale, breathing, lift all the way up. And exhale, breathing, and bring your hands to your heart center. Well done. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, breathing, and forward fold. Come down, bridge. Inhale, half lift. So Vinyasa, put your hands down, step, or jump to the back of the mat. Inhale, lift up, cobra or up dog. And exhale, breathing, downward facing dog. Look forward, bend your knees, and either walk or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, breathing, forward fold. Inhale, breathing, come all the way up. And exhale, breathing, hands to your heart center. Very nice. Again, we'll take the left leg and step it to the back of the mat. Coming into the wide-legged stance here. Place your hands on your outer hips or your outer thighs. And as you take a forward fold, slide the hands all the way down your legs until they land wherever that's going to be, calves, ankles, heels. Tailbone lifting up, drop your head and your chest down. And give a little pull with your arms. So you're bending your elbows, pardon me, back towards your shins, pulling your chest more in between your legs. Let the head hang. Very strong and deep version of the wide-legged forward fold. Nice. And bring your hands underneath your shoulders, lift your chest up. Good. Sweep your arms out to the sides, feeling your back engage, and then stand up. Place your hands on your hips. Good. Step to your left foot. Okay. And now we're going to stand on the left foot in a tree pose. So take your right foot up, bringing your right foot on the inside of your left leg. As high as it can go without taking your hips to the side. Right, so you want to think of your hips staying right underneath your shoulders. And then just let the leg kind of go wherever the leg is going to go with regards to that. Once you feel stable, reach your arms up. Nice, Robin. Pull the belly in and lift up through the chest, lift up through the fingertips. Breathe. Right, as you find this really combination of such a gentle and such a strong pose. It can be quite the meditation when you really find your sweet spot in a balance. Now granted, not every day is sweet, not every balance is spot on, but we practice that and sometimes we find it, sometimes we don't. Today we put out what we can. Bring your hands to your heart center. Good. Take your right leg, remove the foot, and then step it all the way back out to the side. There we go. Open up the chest, arms, and again, come back down, forward fold. So yogi's choice here, sometimes we like to, just drop down, reach for the ankles. Interlacing your hands behind you can be a nice option. Some of you that might be practicing later on can actually do a headstand, right? Putting your head down and taking your legs up in the air. So that would be an option as well. Maybe coming down to your forearms, your elbows, reaching over for one leg, the other leg, maybe bending, your knees, shifting back and forth. I just want to give you some examples of what maybe a yogi's choice might be in this pose because there's a lot of different varieties. And this is the last one that we'll be doing, and you can have it any way you like. About 3 more breaths here. And then settle back in the center again. Place your hands under your shoulders. Sweep your arms out to the sides and stand up. Place your hands on your hips. Step over to your right leg. All right. Tree pose now, standing on your right leg. Okay. I find before you pick the leg up, engage the belly a little bit. It really helps to make you feel a little bit more solid and less random in this pose. I'm going to take my foot down a little lower. My left hip is tighter. And then I lift up. So I feel as if I'm taking the weight out of my right ankle and my right hip. Holding my arms over the head helps to create this extension, beautiful in the spine. A little lightness in your upper body as you develop a lot of strength in your standing right leg. Let your eyes kind of soften. It's called drishti in yoga. When you allow your eyes to settle on something, but not allow it to process the information that it sees. Right? I'm looking at the bushes outside and I'm just letting my eyes rest there. One more breath. And take your hands to your heart center. And this time just place your left foot down next to your right. Good. And then turn towards the top of your mat. Our last vinyasa. Inhale. Reach your arms up over your head. Exhale, breathing, and take a forward fold. Come down. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, step or jump to the back of the mat. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up into the air. This time, bend your knee. Stack your right hip on top of your left. We'll flip the dog, so start shifting the weight towards your left wrist. Pivot on the ball of your left foot and drop the ball of your right foot down behind you. Lift up and get long. Beautiful backward bend. Come back to your one-legged dog. And set up for pigeon pose. Take your right knee to your right wrist. Lower your hips down. Walk your hands back. Lift up your chest just a bit. And let your hips settle down. And then from here, you can climb forward onto your forearms, or maybe you come all the way down onto the ground, bending. Then we'll hold this pigeon pose for about a minute, so it's quite a bit of a stretch. You want to make sure you're not feeling any discomfort in your right knee. That said, you can watch me for a modification of coming onto your back and crossing your right ankle over your left. This would be the first part. If you can go a little bit deeper, you reach through, grab, probably underneath the leg, so that you can make sure you can lie back down. You want to get your back, shoulders, and pelvis about as flat on the floor as possible. So this is very much an excellent variation for the downward facing pose, which might not be available to everybody. I know you have that choice, whether it's in this Zoom class or any of our live classes. That is always a suitable option for you. All right. 5 more breaths here. Last breath. And then start lifting your chest by pushing through your hand, lifting your upper body up. Tuck your back toes under and lift yourself back up into a one-legged dog. And straighten and stretch that leg out as best as you can. And then we'll come to the other side. All right. So from your down dog, lift your left leg up, bend the knee, right? And then we'll flip the dog, shifting weight towards the right wrist, landing the ball of your left foot behind you and lifting up. Nice. Reaching randomly through your left arm. Beautiful. And then come back to the one-legged dog and proceed to the pigeon on this side. Taking your left knee towards your left wrist. The higher up your left foot goes on the mat, the deeper the stretch, and that's up to you. Push into your hands, lift your chest, walk your right knee back so your hips settle down. And then you can come down as such, right, onto your forearms, or as demonstrated before, swing around onto your back, crossing your left ankle over your right thigh. And then maybe reaching through, if that's available to you, and grabbing legs. It's called threading the needle. So you know that's the terminology behind it. Keep your shoulders down. Left foot stays flexed, left hip gets its little, or maybe big stretch really. And holding it in this position. As you're holding the pose, relax the area that you want to stretch. So try not to clench the hip, or the back, or the hip flexors, wherever you're feeling this, kind of go with it. Gravity, get in there just a little tiny bit, giving you a little bit more space. 2 more breaths. One more breath. And then take it back, downward facing dog. Right. From your dog, shift forward and put the knees down on the floor. Tuck your toes under and come up to a kneeling position. So it's a variation of a camel pose. Camel would be done with the tops of the feet flat, but we're going to keep the toes tucked, giving us a little bit more space in our back. Take your hips and your pelvis and actually push them a little bit forward. And then lift your chest up. Think about getting length into the sides of your, kind of like your lats here, into the sides of the ribs. Look up towards the ceiling and lean your upper body back as the pubic bone of the pelvis stays pushing forward. And then reach back with your right hand, and maybe just the fingertips grab the heel. Maybe you can get a more full palm grip. And then do the same with the left, right? And then take everything and push it up and forward. Right? Letting your head drop back as much as it can. Let the tailbone drop down a bit as well. But keep the thighs reaching forward. And then bring your hands back on your hips and slowly bring yourself up. Woo, that's pretty deep. Put your hands down on the floor in front of you. Come onto all fours and take a little cat stretch. Drop your chin into your chest. Drop your tailbone down. Back. Open up and stretch. Nice. Alrighty, now let's take a seat and take our legs out in front of us. So I'll take this crossing version of the Paschimottanasana, a little bit of a twist. It's kind of nice. So sitting with the legs stretched out in front, okay? Let's take the right ankle, cross it over the left, keeping your legs as straight as possible. Take a breath and inhale, lift your arms up over your head. And now dive forward over your leg. You might have to soften the knees a little bit, so be it. Let the head and the chest hang. Let the head and the chest come down. Arms down by your sides. All right, beautiful release for the back. But take the stretch all the way up into the upper back, the middle back, and allowing the head to hang can help with that. One more breath. And then slowly lift yourself up. Good. So the right leg, which is on top, bend it and just place the sole of the right foot on the floor outside of your left leg. Take your right hand on the floor behind you and reach your left arm up. Bring your left arm on the outside of your right knee and come into a twist. So push down through your right hand, press down through your left leg, lift your chest up, turn and twist it towards the back. So the quality of the twist is really dependent on the length that you can get in the spine. So think sitting up more, and then think twisting up. And then release the twist. Keep your legs in this position. Take your fingertips on the floor outside of your left hip and just drop down. See if you can get your head to touch the floor. And come back up. All right. Other side. Let's extend right leg. Okay. Take the left leg over the right. Just like kind of rest. Floppy, relax on top. Reach the arms up over your head. Big inhale. And a forward fold. Come down. Release into this. No resistance. Even not a whole lot of energy or muscle engagement. A lot of surrender. A lot of surrender, giving you a chance to kind of reclaim the breath. Stretching many of the muscles that we engaged in our standing work. Providing a calming sensation as this takes us in preparation to a shavasana. One more breath here. And slowly sit back up. All right, bend the left leg. Place the sole of the left foot on the outside of your right leg. Bring your left hand behind you. Reach your right arm up. Hook, kind of like the tricep area, the elbow behind the knee. So it's a little bit of traction. Drop your left hip down and lift your chest up. And then twist, and maybe you twist a little, maybe you twist a little more. Always going in the direction of where you want to go, and then just allowing your body to find its edge. Sit up, keep the right leg active, the right foot flexed. Turn and twist your spine. Last breath. And then release the twist. Come all the way over to the other side, bringing your fingertips down outside your right hip. You're leaning over to the right a bit. Bring the head down towards the floor, and then come back up. Right. And now extend your left leg. Come onto your back. So before Shavasana, I just want to take a couple of dynamic bridges. Really sweet, gentle way of working with the spine. It's so nice to do at the beginning, middle, end of class, really anytime. So have your feet flat on the floor, your arms by your side, and your palms facing down. We're going to take 3 of these. So as you inhale, you lift your hips and your arms all the way up over your head till the backs of the hands touch the floor. And then exhale, breathing, you lower down. It's particularly beneficial for your upper spine. You'll feel that connection. 2 more. Inhale, push and lift. Strong legs. Nice. And then exhale, lower your upper back, middle back, and then your hips and your lower back. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, breathing, push down, lift up, and up, and up, and up. And exhale, breathing, lower down, and down and down and down. Very nice. Bring the right knee into your chest. Give it a little hug, a little compression, a little pinch into your right hip. Roll your right hip down. Nice. And then switch left leg. Pull that in. Last little bit into the hips. Good. And then let's rest for a moment. So extend your legs, right? They can go a little wide. I usually take mine towards the width of my mat. It just seems to work out well. Let your toes flop out to the side. So let the entire hip area, quads, just really soften any way gravity would have it. I would like your palms to face up. That said, your hands and your arms can be a bit away from your body as well. And then close your eyes. We'll take a shared moment of stillness and silence together here in make your next breath a little deeper than your last breath and bring some movement into your body. Little head rolls, wiggly fingers and such. Take your arms over your head and give yourself a full, deliciously long full body stretch. And then bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Roll a little bit on your low back. That's very nice. Feel good. Oops. Alrighty, come on up to a seat. Roll yourself up. And take a seat sitting either on your ankles, your heels, sitting cross-legged. And then finding just the lightness in the upper body. Let your hands rest on your lap for a moment. Close your eyes. So much like that pause at the beginning of the practice, to kind of establish the start of the class, we do the same thing at the end. Bringing an energetic close to the practice and then closing it in any personal way, a relevant way to you. With a gentle reminder that meditation and breathing is very much a part of a yoga practice, and even just a little bit of it at the beginning and at the end of class is a great thing. Learning the power of stillness and the ability to command that kind of control over your body and your mind is what yoga is about. Place our hands together in front of our hearts. Bring our chin in, grateful for yet another experience together. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. And until our next time together on the yoga mat, namaste. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day, and I see you hopefully Tuesday or next Saturday. Take care.